Cordale, so obviously you were a part of that game last year, and you saw obviously the Derek Stingley versus Damante Smith matchup last year as well. I was just, you spend more time with Derek probably than most being a defensive back. I was just curious if you guys have talked about, his matchup this weekend and just kind of, how important it is for you guys because I mean, that's obviously a big, part of this game this weekend.
Yes, sir. Been with Derek talking about this game coming. We know it's going to be a big challenge. We know it's some good receivers we're going to face. So the biggest thing is starting with practice today, just being ready, preparing for what's coming next.
Hey, Cordell, Jacques Doucet, WAFB TV in Baton Rouge. Derek Stingley obviously will probably get a lot of time on Damante Smith. How do you feel about this challenge going up against the other Alabama receivers who are obviously very good and just the overall opportunity for your defense?
Like I said, it's a great challenge. I feel like this week of preparation, we're going to prepare as a unit to stay together as one and continue to, improve from last week.
Do you feel like you turned the corner last week against Texas A&M?
Yes, sir. I feel like just playing as a unit, just playing together as one, and stats just came with it. So it was a fun time.
Yeah, I mean, for you, that was probably the best game of your career. What was it like going out there and kind of finally having that sort of a game as you head into this the later part of the season?
My biggest focus is really just getting a groove, getting a groove of things, changing up the defense a bit with Coach Pelini. But like I keep harping on, just we really got to stay together as one, as a team, to be able to continue to pull through tough games like that.
But for you, I mean, you go through a season where Ed said that you had this tremendous summer and he seemed to really be expecting a lot from you. And it seemed it kind of took a while for you to sort of get to that kind of a game.
Yeah.
What has this season been like, sort of going through some growing pains maybe before you really had to set that kind of a breakout?
It's been some ups and downs and adversity, when it feels things not clicking, it's kind of hard to get confidence off of certain things. So last weekend, my biggest focus was just coming in the game, like I said, as a unit and just doing the best I could at my position and doing my job, and it all just came together.
When you turn on the tape, what do you see technically that makes Damante obviously one of, if not the best wide receiver in college football now that Terrace has opted out?
Most definitely his ball skills and his speed, being able to get open in certain situations and being able to judge the ball at the highest point. So that's what I feel about Damante Smith.
Hey, Cordell, obviously, another big, part of this was, first 6 games of the season, it seemed like, passing game, pass defense was giving up a lot of those big explosive plays, but you guys seemed to really negate that last week against Texas A&M. I mean, just what was the big difference, do you think, from, the first 6 games to last week on just kind of how much you guys were able to improve and limit some of those explosive passing plays?
Just we started to get together more as preparation, coming together as a defense, figuring out what was the problem and with certain busts and certain coverages. So this game, I feel like we prepared all week. We came together as one, and we played and had fun as one. Just got to come out with the win next time.
I'm not sure, how much this would actually matter. I mean, you're from Alabama.
Right.
You were at one point, I think, committed to Auburn.
Yeah.
What's it like now facing an Alabama team and going back a few years? What actually pulled you out of the state and pulled you to LSU?
Being from Alabama, everybody's going to be rooting for Alabama from where I'm from, even though I play for LSU. But most definitely just going against the critics, just doing the best I can, getting together and trying to get this win.
Did I miss anybody? We good? Jacques?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Talk to me about Mike Baskerville, too, Cordell. It seems like both of you guys, this was like your best game as Tigers this past week.
With Mike Baskerville, just from the start of camp, Mike has always had his head down, been ready to work. Start off season, he wasn't really playing much, but, he took special teams to heart, and I feel like when he had his opportunity, he just took advantage of it and exploded. So I'm really proud of him, and I know he's going to keep doing great things.
Cordale, kind of going back to how you really had such a great game this past weekend. What would you contribute as sort of the main factors to how you've been able to develop over the last kind of 2 years and get to where you want to be as a corner? And what sort of improvements do you think you need to continue to make moving forward to stay at this level?
So one thing that I have really took a turn for was confidence. Being in the DB area, you got to have a lot of confidence, and sometimes you may go out there iffy. You don't know. Certain wide receivers are good, like Damante Smith. So confidence is the biggest key of playing defensive back. And I feel like from the past 2 years, what I kind of overcame was just being able to play into the defense. It's not going to be everything that's going to come individually. Playing together, then your stats will come with it.
In a follow-up, if I may, you mentioned that confidence a few times and how that sort of has finally gotten there. What was limiting you from having that confidence until really just now?
From last year, just being a freshman coming into big games against great receivers, you don't really know where you stand at, knowing where they stand. So now when you get that edge and that competitive edge from having confidence and watching film and preparing well, it kind of give you that boost to be able to do better throughout the game.
I appreciate it, Cordale.
Appreciate it.